Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Welcome to anyone who's new here. My name is Zanele. So I am a registered South African nurse and I am here on YouTube documenting my life as a nurse in South Africa. If that is the type of content you would like to enjoy, please do hit the subscribe button and join. This is Nurse Z. So on today's video we are talking career related. I think I've gotten a request of making career related videos and also just advising people on tips and tricks that I implemented for me to be where I am today in terms of career progression. So without wasting any time, let us get on today's video. Alright, so I'm here to share tips and things that we make as mistakes when we are applying for jobs. So you guys know that I've been working for Department of Health for 5 years. Last year was my first year working for private sector, and in my 6 years of career I only started to go through the process of job hunting from 2018, and from 2018, 2019, 2020 I wasn't happy because I was applying but I wasn't getting response, and I shortlisted a number of mistakes that I was making, which I believe were hindering me from getting shortlisted for interviews. I qualified freshly from school, and the moment you qualify freshly from school, you get placed for internship, and once you are placed for internship, Department of Health had a tendency of absorbing their interns, like giving their interns permanent jobs, and I was one of the most fortunate people who got a permanent job as soon as the internship ended. So I never went through the process of applying for a job, because from internship you are placed by the department, and also to move from internship to permanency, the department does that for you. All you have to do is to just attend an interview. Like, you don't have to submit a CV or anything else for that matter. So I had never ever applied for a job in my life before, and I kept making these mistakes. My CV looked ridiculous. You guys know those CVs that our sisters used to make back in the days where it was just this long 25 pages CV? Well, I made something like that. There was a time I saw a colleague of mine who had a very beautiful CV, and it had a certain format, and I asked him, can you kindly do this for me? So he developed a CV for me with the very same format. The nice thing that I love about these CVs that are created through formats is they are short, they are straight to the point, they cut out a lot of crap. Let me just put it like that. They cut out a lot of crap that is unnecessary. I upgraded my CV from that old looking, boring, unattractive CV. One thing I love about my current CV is that just by looking at it, you want to lift it up and actually read about this girl. The moment you lay your eyes on it, you want to read what is this girl has to offer, because it even has my picture on the outside. A lot of people will say putting a picture can be a disadvantage, because some people will just look at your picture and automatically not like you. But for me, I put one of my best pictures, but I honestly think I need to change it. But I put one of my best pictures, a picture that is very professional, a picture that says, hey, you do want to know what do I bring to the table. There are a lot of apps that you can use. You can just go to your Play Store, actually search which apps to use to create CVs. And some of these apps you have to pay a certain fee so that they do not attach the sticker. But yeah, so upgrade your CV. That is number one. I was not attaching a cover letter. I remember sending CVs to this particular institution, and I told my sister about it. I was like, I've been applying for this particular institution and all I'm getting is rejections or pending results, or I completely don't get any response from my applications. The number of posts that I had applied for, they were like 43, you guys, and most of them were rejections. My sister was like, what? There is absolutely no ways that a person can apply to 43 posts of the same company and she is not called for anything. Like, you're not shortlisted for anything. She asked me a question. She was like, what do you write on your cover letter? And I was like, what's that? What's a cover letter? I didn't know that you need to attach a cover letter on your CV. So a cover letter is basically you selling yourself to this person. Before the person can go through your CV, can they go through your cover letter so they can hear the structure of what you are bringing or of who you are, and then they will find the meat in your CV. And what I love the most about the cover letter is that it actually gives you an opportunity to sell yourself according to the job's requirements. Like, you know, sometimes your CV will not speak much of the experience that you have relating to the post that you're applying for, but when it comes to your cover letter, you say whatever you want to say about yourself. Say things that will make the reader believe that you are tailor-made for this particular job. Don't be telling people how much of a hard worker you are, how dedicated you are, your hobbies. People don't want to hear any of those. I think one of the things that I had written in my cover letter when I was applying for the post in Africans or for adolescent girls and young women program, I had written that I'm trained on adolescent and youth-friendly services. So that says I can handle a program that works with adolescent girls and young women. Though I was trained on adolescent and youth, it also tells them that this person can actually, if she's trained and she has experience in it, it means she can actually do the job. So make sure that your cover letter, it speaks to the post, it speaks to the duties of this position or of this person they are looking for. Make sure you take your previous experience and you tailor make it to fit this particular job that you're applying for. So please, 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 when you are applying for jobs in the private sector, you need to attach a cover letter. But when it comes to government, we do not attach a cover letter, we attach Z83, if I'm not mistaken. So with public sector, no cover letter, just the Z83 and your CV as well as your certificates. The other mistake that I used to make a lot, it was me sending the CV and not sending my certificates. And I did this because I always had thought that you send your CV, if they like you, they shortlist you, call you for an interview. If you are successful on the interview, they don't call you to bring in your certificate for verifications. I always thought that's how it works. So when you are sending your CV, make sure that you attach your certificates, all the certificates that are relevant to this particular qualification. I personally do not believe in attaching certificates of things that do not speak to the post. I don't believe in that. One of the reasons I'm saying this is because currently where I'm working, I've got an opportunity to like run through people's CVs. I've got an opportunity to like interview people, and I've seen how I myself go through some certificates and I'm always like, okay, why are you including a painting certificate here in a health department? Like, we would never need that. So there's absolutely no need for you to be attaching it. I don't know, maybe with other recruiters, they do not mind going through your 20 certificates that are irrelevant for this particular job. So I believe in attaching certificates that are speaking to the post that I am applying for. So the mistake that I was making was I wasn't attaching anything, sweetie. My CV was just walking down the aisle on its own towards what? Rejection. People wouldn't even bother to go through my CV because it didn't have certificates. So attach your certificates. Do not attach 50 certificates that are irrelevant to the job. Attach certificates that are relevant for this particular post. And my last point would be, when it comes to work experience, there are certain things that I do not include in my work experience, especially when I know what this particular field, listen, they don't care about mother and child. They don't care. They will never ever need me to perform any mother and child duties. There's absolutely no use or no point for me to state how much I have bank plus, how much I can do mother and child, how much I can do this and that. There's absolutely no need for me to include that in my work experience. There's absolutely no need for me to include those trainings that are pregnancy related when I'm actually going to be working with men having sex with other men. Your work experience, listen, trim it, take it down to it speaking to the post. What I did was, as much as I was trained on Bank Plus and everything else, I took the experience of HIV and put it in my CV when I was applying for my current job, because I knew that that's what they were looking for. I didn't even have much experience on the MSM program, but I was trained for it and I was also a champion for it in my facility, but I never managed the program. But trust me, I took all that information that I had from my previous training when it comes to MSM and all the knowledge I knew about MSM. I took it, polished it nicely and pasted it where? In my work experience. So if you were to go through the CV that they have at work, you wouldn't come across I'm trained on Bank Plus, I'm trained on mother and child, I'm trained on pregnancy. You're not gonna come across any of those things, because I understood I was applying for a prevention program for men having sex with other men. Yeah, those are the tips that I have for you guys, and I hope they will help someone out there. I don't think these are tips that you can only apply when you're looking for a nursing job, but I think these are tips that you can take and implement for whatever type of job you're looking for, or whatever industry or career path you are taking. If you did enjoy the video, please do give it a massive thumbs up and comment down below, ask questions. And if you are someone who is a recruiter or someone who has an experience like myself of going through people's CVs, shortlisting people, interviewing people, if you are that particular person, please do comment down below and leave your own advices to the people who will be watching this video. So to anyone who's watching with the intentions of taking notes, also go through the comment section. Maybe there is something that has been shared that I did not say on here. And if you are new, please do subscribe. We are on road to 5,000 subscribers, and I want us to hit 5,000 subscribers before March. Anyways, bye guys, I'll see you in my next one. Promise you never lie to me. Keep the moves on tuck. I know it's all